Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you see this stuff here, this little thing is my headset because my microphone is a little stronger. I have to apologize to everybody in the UCTD community. After filming my first video, it took me this long to make a part 2 of that video. And I really have to apologize. Obviously I had everything else ahead of me, but I totally forgot about the second part of the video regarding to how I prepared for my appointment with rheumatology. Now, as far as my illness with the UCTD, it has not advanced. It's been under control, thank God. And so far so good, you know, aside of everything else that I went through. You know, a lot of you might have seen a lot of the other videos. I had COVID, and then of course I'm, you know, still recovering from cancer, because, you know, when you go through that process, you know, it's ongoing, you know, and I'm still going through the little physical pains with that. So yeah, so, you know, it's been a long road for me, but I do apologize. With, you know, honestly, I messed up, and I'm gonna say I'm not a perfect person, so, you know, it is what it is. But I am doing the video today. I definitely have all the paperwork that I, you know, can show you how I prepared. Now, before the rheumatology appointment that I had with, you know, at the hospital, you know, my doctor, she had, my primary care doctor, she told me, well, you know, I need you to prepare some information. Now, when I, you know, went prepared, before I went to get my appointment, I had paperwork done. I don't even have the paper for this one specific one, but I did have a breakdown of the list of illnesses in the family. Women's side of the family, you know, mother, grandmother, cousins, from my maternal side, and then any list of illnesses from my father's side. Since I personally was not raised with my father's side of the family, I only got to know bits and pieces of my family members when I reconnected with them when I was an adult, you know, so I was able to grab here and there, like what, you know, my paternal side of the family was going through. So I was able to compile my information, you know, on a, you know, I typed it out, put it in a sheet of paper, and then have it printed and ready for us. Because, you know, when you go to any type of appointment and they're gonna ask you a whole bunch of questions, a lot of times, you know, your mind is all over the place, so you're just not gonna focus on the question too hard, because then you become like almost like you get brain fog. You're just like, what? Wait a minute. And then you start thinking back, and you're like, and then you forget. You just forget the information that you know deep down you have about that family member. You just can't recall. So to break it, you know, easily, just, you know, have that information on hand on a, you know, sheet of paper, type it out, print it up, or if you want to do it, write it, you write it, but have it ready. Because they will ask you who has illnesses. You know, you could talk about diabetes, you could talk about MS, you could talk about like arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, you know, all that stuff. So have it on hand, because that will be important. Also, they asked me to have a list of what medications I have. Now, this medication is the semi-current, because now my medications have changed since then. But this is like a sample. how I did it. Okay, so I did like a list of medication list. So I list the medications that I was taking, because you know this list has changed since then, and then any supplements that I was taking, so they could at least have an idea what is going in your body. And he, you know, the rheumatologist will note that down, that what is being you putting yourself, you know, like what are you ingesting. So yeah, this, and I made sure I had my name and then the list, medication list. So that's what I had. Then the doctor, my primary care doctor, she wanted a breakdown of like a log, like a daily log. Like she wanted me to do like, I think I did about, I'm just thinking back. I'm just thinking back now, like how long she made me go through this log. It was a lot. I would say about maybe a month's worth. I went through a month's worth. I don't have the complete month here. I just have whatever I found. So I did like a month's worth of daily logs every single day. I did was type my name, type the medical record number, because you know, since this will be like a document, this will be handed to the doctor, and she will note down what patient she asked this from, so she'll go by the medical record number. And then I will make like special notations, like for your information, I'm taking medications and I'm also taking supplements. So then I will note down like what time of the morning I get, you know, take these medications and supplements. So, you know, this is an example of where I put it. And then then I give her a breakdown of what time I don't eat, what time I eat. If I have any symptoms in my, you know, in my day, you know, if I'm going through some physical symptoms, I write it down. Around what time I'm getting those symptoms, because you know they want to not jot down like when are your pains kicking in, what symptoms you're going through. I also note down like any activities that I do, like if I have a doctor's appointment or if I'm going out or anything, you know, if you're going out, you know, to a casual, you know, dinner or whatever. You note it down, what's the meal, because they want to know what meal you're consuming in your body, because that's also can play a part of what's causing your body to react. So you have to list, and I even wrote it down, like I had, you know, whatever food I had, and then I will, like if during the course of the evening, if I'm feeling any type of pain. And at the time I was getting a lot of heart palpitations. Little did I know was because my medication, like my blood pressure wasn't working with the medication I was getting. So that I was getting a lot of heart palpitations at that time. And I was getting a lot of chest pains. So unfortunately, you know, as you get older, your body starts getting all weird. And so I, you know, was experiencing a lot of chest pains. I was feeling very fatigued, to the point that my blood pressure kept going up. And then at some point, then my medication had changed again. You know, I think so far I've gotten through 1, 2, 3. I'm already up to a 4th medication change. And I got changed. That medication has changed last year. So I'm on a totally different medication right now. So then I will break down like if I took any medications at night. And also they want to know what time, you know, what time you go to sleep. You know, what's the time. And I always you know, try to sleep early, because since I always have to get up at 4 a.m. because I have to get myself ready before my son gets ready for school. So I always fell asleep early before I head out to work. Before, you know, of course, getting up early so I could be ready to head out to work. So each day did the same thing. Like, I broke it down to different, you know, things that I was going through, waking up, the commute, whatever, but you note it down. You have to note everything down. You know, they want to know what medications you're taking, what supplements you're taking. They want a breakdown of what time you don't have meals, what time you have meals, any physical activities, if you are exercising or you are heading out, you know, for any appointments, any activities, you note down those times of when you're having activities, you're going out, having dinner, you write it down, what time, and what's the foods you consume either outside or at home. But they need to know what foods are you consuming for your body. If you're feeling any physical ailments, I would suggest you to write it down, the time that you had those ailments happening to you. Like, you know, if you're experiencing chest pains, if you are experiencing fatigue, if you feeling like mental fogness or lethargic, note the time and the symptom. Also, if you are having meals or snacks, you know, like the snacks, write down those times, as well as any medications in the evening, write down the times, and of course, whatever time you are going to bed. And like I said, I had this done in a month, and I had it all typed up, put it in an envelope, gave it to the doctor along with the list of medications, but also have it on hand for your rheumatology. Like, make an extra copy, save it, make extra copies, so then you could give it to the rheumatology. He could go through it too, because it's also very important, so they could get an understanding of how your activity is day by day. Also, I took it upon myself to buy a pain management book. Now, this is an extra copy. I have another copy that I have written down, but I'm going to show you the blank one. So this is just my extra copy of it. It's a pain management. It's a daily log. Now, this book, I bought it in Amazon. That has, I don't remember the price for it. It wasn't that expensive, honestly. It wasn't that expensive. So I used to keep track of my pain management day by day when it was out of control. As of lately, I haven't had any pain except for when I got my medication changed and I experienced pain again. But since then, you know, it's been under control. So I don't experience like normal pains like everybody else regarding to their UCTD, fibromyalgia. I haven't had those type of experiences as of lately. So it's been it's been pretty good. And so the chronic, I'm gonna try to show you guys. This is how inside it looks like. So it gives you the assessment. It gives you the date, the day. You can enter the time started of the pain. Time extended. Ended, meaning the start of the pain, the time that end the pain. You can mark an X of where the pain is on the body chart. And then it gives you like the length of time experiencing the pain. So it could be 0 to 6 months, 1 to 3 years, 6 to 12 months, 3 years. The type of pain, it gives you indescribable, burning, numb, other, stabbing, aching, sharp, prickly, tingling, pins, needles. And then they want to know the external environment. Were you outside when these pains happen? Like a lot of times I would experience certain pains, and a lot of us that have UCTD have experienced this, that every time I was outside the sun, I couldn't take the sun. My skin will break out in like rash. It will swell up. And then I start experiencing like lethargic pains. I would get like pains in my legs. So sometimes I will write either the sun, heat, or if it was cold, I would get aching. And then like gives you the pain scale. And it goes from 0 to 10. So I will rate that, and then you could write down the triggers. What triggered those pains? So you gotta be like thinking very carefully, what did the pain trigger? Like, was it from, stress? Did it trigger from something you felt? Stuff like that. And then list the symptoms of what what do you have? Like, what exactly you're having in that moment. And you could list down the relief measures. Did you get a hot compress, or you drink medication, or did you use like Bengay or something? I'm just throwing ideas out there. And then if any other notes you want to add, you could add it here. And it pretty much repetition. This book, repeats itself each day. So if you experiencing pains, then each day you write the date, time, the day, all that stuff. But this was helpful for me because I was able to figure out how my body was reacting and how I could find a way to control those pains, and I was able to at least pinpoint it and direct it to the doctor. Hey, this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm feeling. That's why I used to do was I wrote it down on the book and then break it down on the paper to make it more complete for her or for him to understand what exactly is triggering the pains or what time. So that was very, very helpful, and getting organized with that. At that time, the doctor would ask me a whole bunch of other questions, which I can't recall because it's been almost 2 to 3 years already. But he was very thorough, and not only that, he will make me go through a lot of blood tests. I went through a lot of blood tests. He wanted to make sure that I don't, because my UCTD was falling between lupus and scleroderma. So, and I was very afraid with the scleroderma. Lupus I could deal with, but it's bad, but still I could deal with it better than scleroderma. Because scleroderma, I've seen anybody who has that, my heart is with you guys, because I could see the pain that people go through with that horrible disease. And so I was in borderline for both. But in my family side, it's mostly MS, lupus, and MS, lupus. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But no cases of scleroderma, and I'm the only one that has UCTD, so I'm the rarity of the family member of having this. That's how strange these diseases are. But yeah, but I would suggest just pretty much prepare, get all the breakdowns of family history, medications, your daily logs, pinpoint what pains you're having, what time of day, what the triggers are, and Once you compile that report, you'll be ready to present it to rheumatology. Be expecting that it's going to be like maybe a 2-hour conversation with them. And then from there, they will definitely schedule you to take, get tests done, blood test and whatever else that goes with it. Because you see, everybody who's going through rheumatology have different tests, but mine was mostly a lot of blood tests. And I think at the time they wanted me to go dermatologist just to double check that it's not scleroderma, which I did, and it wasn't, because then they had to do was I had gone pretty much with the same paperwork, because it's also the same process. But at that time, I remember they had gotten like skin samples from me, and they did blood tests too, and no scleroderma, nothing. So I was lucky. But I did have other counts that I was off, you know, other type of blood counts, which still confirm the UCTD. But yeah, pretty much that is it on that. And again, I apologize for this late video, and hopefully you get something out of it. If you guys have any questions for me regarding to what I went through regarding to rheumatology, I will try my best to remember, and I'll definitely answer any questions. Anyway, so thank you for watching my videos. Anybody who sees the videos, please give the videos a like. So anybody who is, going through UCTD and have questions about, how to prepare for rheumatology appointment, they can see how I did it, how I prepared. Anyway, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.